Welcome to the world of the top 1%, the world where success is not a mere dream, but a reality. Have you ever wondered what sets these men apart from the rest? Is it talent? Intelligence? Connections? Nope. It's something far more simple, yet elusive to many. It's their daily habits. Did you just think their success was only because they were lucky? Let us bring to light the top 5 daily hustle of these men. From prioritization to appearance, from virtuous values to bullet journaling, we've got it all covered. So take note and shoot your shot. Number 1. Morning routine. Now, who says mornings have to be a drag? Not the top 1% of men, that's for sure. According to Thrive My Way, 92% of highly effective men have a solid, go-to morning routine. Take a cue from Bill McNabb, chairman of the Vanguard Corp. He has stuck to the same early morning routine for over 3 decades. 3 decades! Having this dedication is what shoots you up in the list of top 1%. McNabb wakes up at 5 or 5:15 a.m. every day, grabs a cup of coffee, and heads to his desk by 6:15 a.m. And, if you'd know, he swears by the quiet time between 6 and 7:30 a.m. to do some of his best work, whether it's reading, thinking, or preparing for the day ahead. But how does having a morning routine help you achieve an insurmountable level of success? It's simple. Firstly, it sets the tone for the day and puts you in a productive mindset. Successful men know it in their bones that they're setting themselves up for success by putting their personal pursuits before work. It's all about balance, folks. And who doesn't want to be successful, am I right? But that's not all. When you establish a consistent morning routine, you give yourself room to develop some groundbreaking discipline. Plus, it's a great way to kickstart your creativity and problem-solving skills. Because let's face it, fresh ideas don't just come out of thin air. Let's take a page out of the book of these top 1% men and see what you can do to have the best morning routine. First things first, resist the urge to check your phone for the first hour of the day. Instead, get your joy on. Whether it's reading a book or taking a walk, make the activities that make you happy your top priority and set the tone for your day ahead. Next up, make your bed pronto. It sounds like a trivial habit, but here's the thing, it's not. Setting up your bed every day gives you a sense of accomplishment, but it's also a simple and fantastic way to spring into action. And if you're already a coffee drinker, well, who isn't? Why not level up your morning routine by adding some stretching or meditation while you wait for that liquid gold to brew? Lastly, take 15 minutes to organize your daily priorities. By practicing time management, you'll be able to tackle the day with focus and direction. Remember, success may not happen overnight, but with the right habits and a little bit of quirkiness, you'll be well on your way to achieving your goals. Number 2, bullet journaling. You might not believe it, but writing down your thoughts and feelings is the treasure map to becoming a top 1% man. Just ask Improvement Pill, a YouTube sensation who says journaling is his top habit on his habit tier list. We get it. Hustling hard is necessary, but taking some time to pause and reflect is equally profitable. Peter Drucker once said, "Follow effective action with quiet reflection." From the quiet reflection will come even more effective action. It's no surprise that many successful people like Richard Branson and Tim Ferriss take time for daily self-reflection. Think of journaling like using a telescope to focus your thoughts and see things more clearly. But who's got time for writing down long pages of reflection every day? That's where bullet journaling comes in. It's like a treasure chest of brief bullet points instead of chunky sentences in soul-suckling long paragraphs. Now, if you're wondering how to get started with daily reflection, we have got your back. First up, you need to make a vision board that you refer to each morning. It's like having a personal cheerleader that reminds you of your aspirations. Next, set aside 10 to 15 minutes for visualization meditation. It's like daydreaming, but with a purpose. And if you're someone who likes to put pen to paper, shop wellness journals to improve focus and confidence. Another great tip is to set SMART goals and review them each morning as you plan your day. All in all, just don't forget to take some time each day to pause, reflect, and recharge. Your future self will thank you. Number 3, value reminding. Values. They're like the North Star for the top 1%ers. Without them, you're basically like a ship lost at sea without any sense of direction. So, how do the top dogs stay on track? By reminding themselves of their daily values every single day. Every single day. It's like hitting the moral gym. You need to work those values out to keep them in shape. And just like how you can't have a fit body without hitting the gym, you can't have a fit moral compass without spending some time reflecting on your values. Now, we know what you're thinking, but who has time to do that? Well, the answer is simple. The top 1%ers. They're not just lucky, they're disciplined too. But it's not just about writing down some fancy words on a piece of paper. Of course, you can do that as we mentioned above in your reflective journaling. But it's also about living those values every single day. Like avoiding the temptation of mindless content by switching off all electronics 2 hours before sleeping, or never being alone with someone you're not ready to continue a relationship with, especially at night. These are the kinds of rules that the top 1%ers live by, and it's what keeps them grounded, no matter how high they climb. So, if you want to be like them, you need to start thinking about the potential weaknesses you might face in the future. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how much money or power you have. It's about who you are as a person and what you stand for. Number 4, putting effort into their appearance. If you are looking to make your way into that top 1%, it's time to put some effort into your appearance. And no, we're not talking about going full-on metrosexual here. But you can't exactly show up to that big meeting with spinach in your teeth or a shirt that looks like it went through a paper shredder. Take Bill Gates, for example. Sure, he may not be the most stylish guy out there, but he always looks presentable and put together. And you know what? It pays off. People judge a CEO's potential success based on their appearance alone, according to a study. So, if you want to make it to the top, you need to look like you belong there. Now, we're not saying you need to spend hours in front of the mirror each day, but a little effort can go a long way. Maybe it's investing in a good haircut or skincare routine, or learning how to tie a tie properly. It's the little things that you need to practice every day as those top dogs do. This may sound basic, but tune in to be surprised how much of a difference they make. Yes, appearance isn't everything, but it does matter. So, go ahead and put in that extra effort. And hey, if all else fails, at least you won't end up on one of those worst dressed lists. Number 5, having a to-do list. What makes these top 1% men stand out from the crowd of all these average Joes? One thing, they know how to organize, prioritize, and lead like a boss. Have you ever seen a top CEO coming into the meeting with no sense of direction? We bet no, and the secret to this is having a to-do list. Now, the first step to mastering this skill is to create a to-do list that's not just any old list. You want to make sure that you're putting the most important and worthy tasks at the top. Ain't nobody got time for menial, pointless tasks that don't lead to success. But here's where it gets interesting. Steve Jobs was a genius, but did you know that he learned the art of prioritization by thinking about death? That's right, you heard it here first. Jobs asked himself a very important question every day. If today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And if the answer was still no after a certain amount of days, he knew something had to change. Thinking about the end helped him prioritize the important stuff. If you want to be like Jobs and prioritize like a top 1%er, start thinking about your prioritize like it's your last day on Earth. Don't worry though, we're not suggesting that you live each day like it's your last. You definitely don't want to end up skydiving with sharks while covered in honey or something crazy like that. But by making sure that your to-do list is on point and filled with meaningful tasks, you'll be prioritizing like a pro in no time. Prioritizing your tasks is a crucial skill for success, and by taking cues from Steve Jobs, you can learn how to master this art. Are you ready to practice these daily habits? Let us know in the comments. Until then.